Today I'll be going over 7.3, which is use functions involving e. E is kind of like pi, it's just a symbol that means a number, and the number is 2.718. There are more decimals after that, but you don't really need to know them. So for simplifying the expression, you can think of e as like a variable like x. So if they have the same base, we can add the exponents. So this would be e to the, e to the fourth power. And then for number 2, they again have the same base of e, so this would be 5e to the 2x plus 3 power, since we can add x with the x plus 3. For exponential growth and decay, here is what the graph will look like. It's very similar to the one we went over in the last section, but this time for growth, it's when the exponent or the number in front of x, which is in the exponent, is greater than 0. So if it's positive, it's going to be exponential growth. And for decay, it's when r is less than 0 or when the exponent is negative. So we want to determine if the function is an example of exponential growth or exponential decay. For number 3, we have f of x equals 3e to the 4x power. Since the exponent is positive, that means this is growth. For number 4, we have g of x equals 2 times e to the negative 2x power. Since there's a negative in the exponent, that means this is decay. And we have 2 equations for compound interest, either regular compound interest or continuous compound interest. It will always say the word continuous if it's using continuous compound interest. So the variables mean A is the accrued amount or the amount that you earn, P is the principal or the starting amount, R is the rate, and again it has to be written as a decimal. T is time, this time it has to be in years, and N is the number of times per year. So if it says monthly, it'll be 12 times. If it says daily, it'll be 365 times. If it says quarterly, that means 4. There's other ones like semi-annually, which would mean twice a year, annually would mean once a year, etc. Okay, so number 5 says Jake Peralta has $500 in his bank account and receives an interest of 2% annual interest compounded monthly. So since it tells us that it's compounded monthly and not continuously compounded, that means we're using the first equation. And it's asking how much will he have in 5 years. So we can plug it into the first equation. His starting amount is 500. His rate is 2%, which is 0.02, and monthly is 12 times. So make sure you plug 12 in for both of the n values. And the time is 5 years, because that's what the question asked for. Once you plug this into a calculator, you'll get 552 and 54 cents. Once you plug it into a calculator, it will be a very long decimal, and you want to round it to 2 decimal places because we're talking about money. Number 6, Mr. Beast has $400,000 in his bank account and receives an interest of 3% annual interest compounded continuously. So this tells us that we're using the second equation. How much will he have in 2 years? So his starting amount is $400,000. His rate is 3%, so that's going to be 0.03, and the numbers of years is 2. So then we'll plug that into the calculator and we'll get $424,000, 734 and 62 cents. So again, we're rounding to 2 decimal